is while you're on the job, family. I had a few people been asking, man, what's the best way to get everything, man? It costs so much. It's thousands for this, $2,000-$3,000 for that, $500 for this, couple hundred for that. The best thing to do, family, is to set money to aside while you're on the job. So while you're on the job, you can be purchasing your equipment. Even if you're not welding and you're planning on welding, you can start setting $25 to the side, $100 to the side, whatever you can afford, and then you can start getting your equipment. That's what I did, family. A lot of jobs have what they call allowances, where they allow you to buy certain tools and get certain things you need, and then they take the money back out of your check. So at one job I was at, I had actually an ironworking job, and I was actually able to buy everything I needed for my ironworking, my harness, all different type of tools. I was able to get all of those things through the program they had at this job. So I was able to spend up to $500 at one time, buy everything I need, then I could invest another $5 and get everything I need. And I kept doing that, so I bought everything I needed, family. And once I was done with it and I got the welder and got what I needed, I gave him the deuces. And the funny thing about that is the company, they hire you to do a job for them and they hire you to make money. But did you not know that they told other people, other employees that was getting on to the company and had been with the company, that Joe Brown used us to start his business? I'm like, huh? They used me to maintain their business, but all I did was use the money I was making. It was a program, and it ain't like they gave me anything for free. I had to work hourly for this pay, you know what I mean? So all I did was utilize that, get my tools up, and then I gave them the deuces, family. So I think that when you're working on the job, if you're thinking about being independent, or if you're thinking about starting to learn a career, start investing in it. And the best thing about welding is you can go online, you can find different type of brands. There's so many brands now. I just stick with what works. I started out with Lincoln & Miller, and that's pretty much what I stick with when I spend my money. But everybody is different. But you don't have to get certain things. There's so many different options now. Just make sure you get what works. That's all that matters. But I would say this: if you invest a couple $1,000s in your independence, it would change your life. I'm always able to make money. I'm always able to move around and be flexible due to the tools I have, family, the tools. So the best way to get your welding equipment is to use the job you have, or to use the welding job if you're working on a welding job. Then start noticing what you need before you break out and start doing your own thing. Like say, hey man, I want to start doing some side repairs, and start buying the things you need. But the best way to do it, fam, it isn't to get the job and buy some new clothes. Say, oh man, I want to wear some new clothing. But you're working all the time, so you're gonna be to wear it all the time. You might as well invest the money into something that's actually going to help you make money. And I think that's where we go wrong, fam, when we're trying to build some wealth, when we're trying to build some riches, when we're trying to get ahead. We spend a lot of money on liabilities, family, a lot of liabilities. And a lot of these liabilities are things that we are convinced that are assets. But if it's not making you money, family, it's costing you money. Yes, salute. Go on and invest in your tools, family. That's the thing to do, because while you start investing, spend your $15 here, $20 there. And once you get ready to get your unit, just find you something that you like, save your money up, and then go purchase the unit, family. But I tell you this, before you purchase your unit, if you're thinking that you're going to start doing something independently, go on and start advertising. Spend your $5, $10, $20 to advertise. That way you got some leads coming in before you get your new unit, and then you can hit the road and start making money. A lot of times we think, oh man, I got to get the unit, I got to do this, and then I advertise. No, do it. As long as you got the knowledge, just start advertising, family. And then, I have seen situations and been in situations where I advertised certain mobile welding opportunities, and I didn't have the mobile unit I needed, but I could go up here to the place and go rent one. So once I figured that out, I just got me an account at the place and say, hey, I'm going to rent a welder here and there. And they gave me a good deal. And when I needed one, I could just go up there, pick up the welder, hook it up to my truck, go do the job for a day or two, take it back, give them a percentage for letting me use the machine. I go back home. I made money. They made money. Everybody happy. The people got their job done. So that's how we have to look, family. Don't get caught up in thinking there's only one way to do it. But if you're willing to spend your money on video games or on some type of luxury, cards, gambling, doing anything like that, but you like, man, I need to get ahead. Invest some money in your business, in your craft, family, into your knowledge. That way you can be able to always make money. The goal is we have to learn how to make money other than just working on that job. We gonna have to figure out a way to build us some independence. And the best way to do it is to invest in the tools, fam. So if I could say anything to anyone out there, invest in the proper tools. And the best way to do it is to use your job. A lot of times they even have allowances on the job, or they have savings things on the job where they'll take certain amount out the check when you don't see it. You know, some of us, have an issue with dealing with savings. As soon as you get the money, you want to spend the money. Well, put it somewhere, or take it out where you can be able to not see it and while you're working. So that way, once you get the money up and it's flowing in rotation, you ain't got to wait, fam. So, there's many ways to do it, but we have to get started. We have to think outside the box, family, and we got to stop thinking that there's only one way to do things. There's many ways to do things, but we have to be able to be flexible, fam. And like I say, I just want to say this again. Don't get caught up in the brands, get caught up in what works. I like to stick with what has been working for a while, so I don't like to try to reinvent the wheel. I actually like linking products. I buy their education materials, so I network with them, but I also network with Miller too. So I like the field welding when it comes to Millers. I have used many Miller Bobcats, so I like those units too. So I think that a person should just pick what they need, stick to what works, family, and just go with it. But get started. Use that job you got. I don't care what kind of job it is. If you feel you can buy that nice, pretty outfit so you can, go out one weekend, you can make a sacrifice and save and get you a unit, because that's going to actually help you make money, fam. Thumbs down from if you wanted to teach and tutor, if you want to help someone else, give them a class and say, you get your unit, I can help you do yours. Even that, or you be able to start making products from home or gadgets around the house or fixing things to help you save money where you don't have to go pay someone else to do it. It all is a plus, fam. But it all comes down to us investing now. So the best way to get your welding equipment up is to invest from using your job. Use that money that you got coming in. Set a little bit to the side, fam. A lot of times, like I say, we can't come up with that $2,000-$3,000 that we need to get the door rolling and get things open for us. So the best thing to do is save, fam. It don't take that long to save that. You can actually get there, but a lot of times we think we got to get a loan. We got to do this. You can become your own bank. You become your own bank by living beneath your means, you know what I mean? Not doing too much, cutting back on some habits. And you know what? I'm not going to do this. I'm going to stop going out to eat so much. I want to invest in this. Whatever it is that you do, that you indulge in. But now I think that we really got to start thinking about ways to make us some money, to create us some generational wealth, to build our independence, because we don't want to depend on the system, fam. You don't want to get to the point where you got to depend on someone else to eat. So right now, while you ahead and you got the job and you healthy and you're able, invest some of that money in your craft, fam. I think it's going to open up a door and take you to a level that you're not even going to believe. One of the best things I did was buy me a used unit. I started off used. You don't have to get a new one. Pawn shops, Craigslist, OfferUp, different places like that. Marketplace. You can find you a unit. You might find you a good used unit for $300-$400. That's a great unit. So don't get caught up in thinking you got to get something new, but you got to get something. You know what I mean? So I would say there's certain tools that's worth buying new, but certain tools ain't worth buying new, fam. It's a tool. As long as it works properly, thing is functioning, get it as a tool and save you some money. You know what I mean? I got new tools and used tools. It all depends on the situation, but I don't just go out and just spend money on vain things. I like to spend money on tools that I know I'm gonna use. So keep that in mind. Sometimes when you get in there buying tools, it can be like a cookie store. You know what I mean? Like a kid was trying to get some candy. You don't know what to get, man. There's so much going on. There's so much good stuff around. You don't know what to buy. So I would say that get you a focus, get you a list, figure out what you need on what craft you're going. If you're going to be doing some mobile welding, if you're going to be doing some shop fabrication, and stick to the plan. Stick to the plan, don't deviate. But I will say this, with the technology and the way things are now, there's a lot of tools and a lot of equipment that is out there that you might not know of that can help your job be a whole lot easier. So, keep your options open there. I have invested in little tools and equipment that have helped my process go a whole lot easier, because things are not like they was 20 years ago. someone that's came up with something to make it a little bit easier. And that's what I think we have to do as independent welders, as starting our businesses. We have to think of ways to invent things to make things better. But we have to start from somewhere, family. So I would say this to anyone that's getting started: use that job. Use that job you own, that earned income you already getting, and invest into your welding equipment. Y'all be blessed. Continue to prosper. Hold on.